Right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. And today basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through every championship team that's played this season. And basically just give my overall thoughts on this, on how they've performed this season. Now, I know obviously I'm not a fan of championship. I mean, I am a fan of my team, Sunderland, aren't in the championship, even though I wish we were, because I really do like that league. I think it's probably the best league in the world, to be honest with you. Quality-wise, absolutely crap, but entertainment-wise, up here, absolutely sensational. So apologies about the lighting back there, I can't really do much about that. So as you guys see on my, as you guys see on my phone here, I've got the table up there. I'm just leaving my microphone just like this way. I've got 24 teams on the league table. I'm going to use FIFA to go through the teams. I think it's going to be a lot easier. So without further ado, let's get right into this. So the first team, as you guys see here, we've got Barnsley. And for a newly promoted team, they did well to stay up. I think it's fair to say. I mean, I think I read somewhere that from the 15th of September to last night, Barnsley were in the bottom three. And the fact that on Sunday against Nottingham Forest, they were down and out. I mean, the game was nearly over. Obviously, it was 0-0. The game, that result would have relegated them. And then they scored in the 91st minute. And then last night against Brentford, scored in the 91st minute. It's absolutely remarkable what Barnsley have done. I mean, then again, they are only saying that due to Wigan's misfortunes with the AFL and all that stuff. But as of right now, Barnsley will be playing championship football next season. Whether or not they'll stay up is a whole new thing. I mean, if they make some good signings, I don't see why they can't stay up. And then moving on to Birmingham City now. Birmingham, I think lately Birmingham has become a huge meme in the football community. Firstly, how did Birmingham end up finishing 20th? How? They were mid-table for pretty much the entire season, had no worries, and they just got relegated. I didn't get relegated. What the hell am I about? Finished 20th. Right with Barnes which I think is pretty insane. Yeah, I tell you what, it's mad at 50 points. Just got them safety. I think it's mad how close the championship's been this season. But yeah, Birmingham, I mean, they haven't really been bad. I mean, obviously, look at that team. Our team is, I reckon obviously make a couple of signings. That team should be fighting for the playoffs, but yeah, I don't know what happened there. Obviously, Bellingham, his final game was yesterday again against Derby. To Birmingham, I don't know what the hell you're going about. Retiring the number 22 shirt and then on. I mean, I put it on Twitter. The kid's actually 17 years old, and he's done nothing notable to deserve that. And I think what's even more ballistic is that some Birmingham fans are actually supporting the decision. Absolutely delusional. Absolutely delusional. Yeah, obviously, I reckon he's. I won't say he's carried Birmingham because, like I said, he hasn't done anything. You know, he's going to play for Dortmund for the foreseeable future. Good luck to him. But I mean, Birmingham, again, obviously, I think they've got to spend their money wisely next transfer window if they're going to get the right players needed. So maybe have a top 6 ambition. I think it should be, but yeah, Birmingham, 20th place, must do better. Blackburn Rovers, very good season from them. If you think about it, obviously they were promoted 2 years ago. They're just been stable. You know, they've had obviously they finished 11th. In the end, they finished 7 points off Swansea, who were in 6th. But before the season was resumed in June, they were in a real shot of getting that playoff place, and they nearly did. But yeah, they finished 11th. Very good season. You know, finished above the likes of Bristol City, Stoke, Sheffield Wednesday, Middlesbrough, Huddersfield. Just doing a very good season. Blackburn. Again, you think, you know, if they make the right signings, maybe they could try again next year. Maybe have another playoff push. I mean, obviously it's a big ask, but yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Blackburn do well again. Obviously, it's been a long time since they've been in the Premier League now. I think it's about 8 years since they have been in, so it's been a while. But you know, Blackburn, I wouldn't mind seeing them again soon. Brentford, what a season from them. Obviously, just missing out on second place, but fair play. I mean, before lockdown, Brentford, you know, they were I think they were 7 or 8 points behind Leeds at the time. And to be this close of getting second place, hats off to them. I mean, you got to think about it. Losing to Barnsley last night. I mean, I know Barnsley obviously had the 1-5-4, but absolutely terrible from Brentford to lose at home as well. I mean, obviously, I know obviously right now home advantage obviously means nothing, but should have done better. But you know, playoffs got Swansea, who were in great form. Whether or not Brentford will continue this form into the playoff final. I mean, usually what happens is a team who finishes third ends up getting the playoff final and then end up losing in the final. Obviously, this season hasn't been the case for a couple of teams, but yeah, I'd say Brentford get a pretty good shot in the playoffs. Bristol City, I don't know. 3-12. I mean, again, like Blackburn, they were sort of in around top 6. I mean, last year they finished 8th, so not as good. Bristol City, you just wonder when they're ever gonna, you know, make that one step further and actually get into the playoffs. I mean, Lee Johnson was sacked a couple of games ago. Whether or not that's the right decision or not, I don't know. Chris Hughton's come in. He's gonna be here next season. Quality in investing there from Bristol City. I think he'll definitely be the man. Obviously, again, a few more signings. But I mean, obviously, 2 more signings. I think they'll be alright next year. I think they'll again. I mean, a lot of teams who are in the playoff push next year, you'd expect them to be in around the next year. But I think I just don't think that Championship will have this much of a competitive season for a long time. Maybe not even in my lifetime. I mean, this season be absolutely nuts. Cardiff, it could have been a lot worse for Cardiff. You know, obviously finished 5th. You know, they got that playoff spot. Dreadful start to the campaign. Warnock then I think he resigned. He resigned. And then Neil Harris came in to he did a brilliant job at Cardiff. You know, obviously, I think a lot of people expect them to be in around this spot. So the fact that they get playoffs, fair play to them. Just obviously means they've got to go and win it now. And they've got Fulham semi-finals, who weren't exactly comfortable against Wigan, but you wouldn't put it past them. Charlton, the first relegated team we were going to be talking about. Oh dear me! Oh man! Right, Derby County. Again, a team had a dreadful start to the campaign. It just didn't click at all. And then the Wayne Rooney, and when Wayne Rooney joined, they got the mojo. Finished 10th. I mean, obviously last year, they were playoff finalists last year. Could have been better for them. Could have been a lot better, I think. But next year, really, I think next year has to be the year for Derby. So don't at least make playoffs next year. God knows what's going to happen with them. Fulham again. They were always in the round, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. The form wasn't the best after the season resumed. They finished 4th. I mean, again, they took it to the final day. But I mean, it was very unlikely that they were going to beat Wigan. I know it's a big statement, because obviously Wigan ended up getting relegated. But I think Wigan were one of the most informed teams after lockdown. So yeah, Fulham. I think Fulham, obviously, they won the playoff last time. So it's a lot harder this time around. I mean, I think last time it was Aston Villa, Derby, and Middlesbrough. Now Brentford, Cardiff, and Swansea. It's going to be a lot tougher this time around for Fulham. I don't know. I'll give my playoff prediction at the end for the winner. Huddersfield. Dear me. I mean, nobody would expect them to go up. I didn't expect them to go up, but fucking hell, I did not expect them to do this badly. And yes, I know they finished 18th in the end. But I mean, if it weren't for Danny Cowley, I could have seen them getting relegated again. They were absolutely dreadful start the season under Jan Stewart. The Cowley and the Cowley brothers came in. And obviously, in the end, got survival. Don't know why they got sacked. I don't even think Huddersfield fans could explain that. Yeah, I don't know. Huddersfield, I mean, next year, they won't have much of that parachute payment left. So, I mean, they've got to make do with what they've got. But the thing is, will Huddersfield end up getting a promotion push ever again? not for a while. I think they're good. I think it's gonna end up becoming this what they used to be, just a stable championship team. Hull City. Right. What happened to Hull? What happened? I can't explain what happened to Hull. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what happened to Hull. I mean, going into the new year, they were sitting in 8th place, 1 point outside the playoffs. They were on 39 points. And then, half season later, in July, they're sitting rock bottom of the championship with just 45 points. I mean, Hull picked up to 6 points in like 20 games or so. That is shocking form. Absolutely terrible from Hull. And I mean, like, look at that team. I mean, it makes me wonder how they even got there in the first place. I mean, there's no world beating that team. I mean, Madison, yeah, he's good in League One. Not good in Championship. McGuinness, whatever his name, couldn't do it at Bolton. Why how do the Hull? Wilkes, in both from Barnsley. I mean, Grant McCann, yeah, okay, he had a good year with Doncaster last year, but nah, he couldn't do it with Hull. And I mean, I think Hull getting carried by Bowen. Mainly, apparently somebody else, I can't remember his name. Obviously, they both went in January. Yeah, so Hull, League One for them next year. First time in this league for 15 years, which is quite big if you think about it. So yeah, I wonder how Hull will do next year. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, not gonna lie. Now, Leeds United, this season's championship champions. I mean, it had to happen eventually. It had to happen at some time. And this year was a year just outstanding for the entire season. That team is unbelievable. I mean, I actually did a Leeds career mode. Currently in the third season, currently top of the Premier League right now. Absolutely sensational from Leeds. I mean, I'm really excited to see what they can do next year in the Premier League. I mean, obviously, I reckon. I think Costa's signed permanently too. If they can get Harrison and White back, even if for a loan, if they get them two back, and maybe a new goalkeeper. I mean, obviously Casillas alright, but he's getting a bit old. I don't know. I'm interested to see what Leeds do next year. I reckon. Will they be good enough to stay up? Time will tell. Now, Luton Town, just like Barnsley, one of the stories of the season, one of the great escapes. I mean, I think everybody who's anybody had written off both Luton and Barnsley. I mean, even so, I think with like 5 games to go, Luton with 4 points adrift. And yeah, okay, yeah, they hadn't. I mean, like, yeah, they just lost against Reading 5-0. You would have even. I'm pretty sure their own fans probably thought that they're getting relegated. But no, they did incredibly well. They ended up staying up 3 points ahead of Charlton in the end. Obviously, it come back to be Blackburn. Yes, it was absolutely fantastic. But I mean, you guys said Luton, absolutely terrible throughout the whole season. I mean, I think a lot of people knew, me included, they weren't going to do as well. I mean, I think a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, they're going to be punching them up the weight in the championship." I mean, I think a lot of people probably thought that with Burton when they were in the championship a few years back. The Burton stayed up. Now Luton stayed up. Now whether or not Luton can actually stay in championship next season is going to be another thing, because second season syndrome does exist. So it's going to be interesting to see how Luton do next year in championship. But again, make some signings. I reckon they could be okay. But I mean, so the teams coming from League One. I mean, Coventry and Wickham. Are they going to do anything in championship next year? Wickham won't. Wickham will go back down again. I don't care what anyone says. Rotherham might have a chance, but I mean, so let's see really. Middlesbrough. Oh dear, Middlesbrough, what the hell happened? Well, no. Jonathan Woodgate. I mean, Middlesbrough fans, be careful what you wish for. Yes, obviously I've never had Tony Place as a manager. But I know his football isn't fantastic. But he was doing well. He was doing well. I mean, obviously he's dreadful football. But it kept them in the playoff final. Obviously he finished 7th last year. Then this year, Woodgate, the football might have been a bit better. But they were a shocking team to watch. Obviously, end of finished up 17th, didn't get relegated in the end. I mean, imagine Middlesbrough got relegated. I mean, all three teams who got relegated from the Premier League into 2017, Hull, Middlesbrough, and Sunderland, will all end up being in League One in 2020. Would be absolutely insane. Obviously, two of those teams are Hull and Sunderland. Obviously, Sunderland still here, 3 years in. But Middlesbrough, I mean, it would have been absolute shock. I mean, considering how much money they actually have for a championship team as well, is absolutely insane. But Middlesbrough, under Neil Warnock, if he does stay, I reckon they could end up getting promoted next year. Obviously, they're bringing the right signings. Millwall, much better this year. I mean, this is the Millwall team that we saw towards the end of the 2017-18 season. Much better. I finished in 8th in the end, 2 points off the playoffs. Wasn't not bad at all. It was not bad at all. Last season, absolute disaster, but in this season, slow start, and they got going. And it's wondering with Millwall, are they ever going to find that level of consistency where whether or not they're actually going to challenge for the top 6 in the championship, or just be in and around there? Because obviously, I mean, they are capable. They're showing they are capable of it. I don't know. Again, time will tell. Nottingham Forest. I mean, we're seeing Hull with bottlers. How do you mess up that badly for Nottingham Forest? I mean, you pretty much had your playoff spot confirmed. All you had to do was not concede against Barnsley in the last minute. But you did. And then you just got beat 4-1 off Stoke. I mean, I don't know how you fucking lose 4-1 against Stoke, lose that much consistency. It's ridiculous. And I mean, for Swansea to beat Reading 4-1 as well. I mean, the goal difference. I mean, Swansea went 3-1 because they scored. They've got 1 goal difference ahead of Forest. Mental stuff. I mean, Forest, you got to think. Look at the team. Think, how did they not even get top 6? Should have done, but they didn't. Finished 7th. Next year, I reckon they should be in for not even top 6. I reckon top 2 next year. They should be going for next year. Preston, again, like Millwall, better than last year. Finished 9th. Preston, you sit there and wonder, again, like Forest, should they have gotten playoffs? Could have done, but whether or not, obviously the playoffs, it means nothing unless you win them, and I don't think Preston would have won the playoffs, to be honest here, but again, Preston, next year, I mean, again, like Millwall, will they keep that level of consistency where, they're going to be having that top 6 ambitions every single year? Finishing 9th, Preston have definitely made themselves, a solid championship team at this point. After been there for 5 years now. Done alright, done okay. Again, just need that consistency, QPR, QPR probably one of 3 teams this season who've just been there. I wouldn't say they obviously make up the numbers, but they just didn't do anything. They weren't in any playoff. They weren't in relegation trouble. Finished 13th. Solid year from QPR. Reading, the other team, who were pretty stable, I suppose. Wasn't the best of starts. I generally thought that this year would be that Reading did go down, and from the start they made, definitely looked like they would. But they picked themselves up, finished 14th. Respectable finish from Reading, especially compared to last year, the year before. Christ almighty. Again, Sheffield Wednesday. It's funny how the 3 teams, as I said before, just didn't do anything, all after each other in the thing. I didn't actually know that. Again, Sheffield Wednesday. If you think about it, Sheffield Wednesday were in the playoff hunt. They weren't 3rd at one point. I thought, Sheffield Wednesday maybe they'll go back in the playoffs this year, but I don't know what happened to them this year in 2020. And they finished 16th. That's all right. If their point selection goes through, they could still get relegated if their point selection got through, which I think is insane to think about. For Sheffield Wednesday, as long as the point selection deduction doesn't go through, again, like Preston and Millwall, you got to think, will Sheffield Wednesday ever get back into the playoffs? They had that run in 2016. Well, obviously got the final, and they were so close to getting promoted into the Premier League, and then year after that, they got into the playoffs again, but then lost in the semi-finals to Reading. I think it was Reading that they lost to. It's just got to wonder, will it ever happen for Sheffield Wednesday? Don't know. Stoke. I mean, will Stoke ever adapt to the Championship? I don't know. The team is more than capable of getting top 6. The owners, the funding they got at Stoke, more than capable of getting them top 6. Just didn't do anything. So obviously they're in the relegation battle. They were in bottom 3 at one point. Obviously end up comfortably staying up. Again, will Stoke end up making a playoff push? I don't think they will. I think they'll end up becoming a mediocre Championship team for quite a while now. So that's unfortunate from them. Swansea ended up getting 6th place. So fair play, Swansea. I mean, they knew they just did not give up. They did absolutely fantastically. That's not even the word. But they did incredibly well. Got 6th place. I mean, again, like I said earlier, it doesn't mean anything unless they win them. I mean, they got Brentford. Here, I mean, Swansea. I mean, there's a feel good factor at Swansea right now, but I mean, compared to Brentford, I don't know. But I mean, yeah, Swansea. A lot of people thought that does have another mid-table year. Some even thought that they might end up getting relegated or being near there, but did it well as well. I'm excited to see how they do in the playoffs. West Brom, the other team who got automatic promotion. I mean, it's kind of bad for West Brom that it took them until the final day to get promotion, considering that they were like first for the majority of the season as well. But they got promotion. West Brom are going to be back in the Premier League next year, and I think. Now, I was about to say that I reckon they could stay up, but I mean, they're going to have to make some more signings because I mean, the fact that it took them this long to get promotion. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter now, but you've got to wonder what they'll do next year. And then the final team, Wigan Athletic. I'll say kind of say right now. I really do feel for Wigan fans right now. I mean, obviously it's a pretty awful situation what they've been put in. The owners basically just a whole bet. The AFL once again screwing over another club, and the fact that they were relegated is just unfair. And considering that their point deduction came in so soon, so that especially after Sheffield Wednesday derby, we're both been found of some FFP breaches talking over a year ago now. And still hasn't been sorted out. Absolutely heartbreaking. But tell Wigan, they were a brilliant team to watch. After lockdown, they only lost once in the last 10 games or so. And that was against Brentford. I mean, I find that understandable. So Wigan, I mean, even after the administration, they are a team. They are a good team, Wigan. I really admired them actually. I mean, again, Balogun, a centre back. I mean, if only he'd scored that header, Wigan would have stayed up. I mean, they're so good. I mean, obviously they're going to be making an appeal. Whether or not that goes through or not is one thing. But as of right now, Wigan will be playing League One next year. I mean, again, they are going to be losing a lot of their players. Kiefer Moore, I mean, again, loads of bids in for him. Jamal Lowe, such a keeper. Sam Morsey, people are going to be going in for them next year, quality players. So if Wigan do end up going down, they will lose a lot of the players. And I mean, unless they bring us some new owners, will they go up next year? Not sure. Anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. It's been I've rambled on that. It feels like nearly 24 minutes now. Jesus Christ. Rambled on for a bit there. But yeah, that was the championship of 2019-2020. Pretty nuts. Pretty nuts, fair to say. I mean, again, I didn't do predictions. I wish I had done. I didn't. But, I will make some next year. In August, I'll make some predictions. Because, yeah, why not? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then smash the like button. Also, subscribe if you're new, so you never miss any future content. Turn notifications so you get notified the second I upload the video in the future. Thanks guys for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.